we'll start this off. All right.
We'll start it off.
I'm Dan.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Shay.
That is Shay.
It's a little guest star today. We previously did, it's been like months now, we did a trailer breakdown of Dragon Ball Superhero.
What did you learn from that?
Well, we didn't learn, we just did a breakdown on it, but this is the follow-up. We watched the movie, all three of us went together, right? We
Yep.
watched the movie together like a couple weeks ago.
Great movie.
Well, I don't know, what did you think?
I learned that
Trailer.
Shay was related to royalty. But then in the movie, a lot of stuff we didn't predict right in the trailer. So, good trailer.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
trailer. And there's a lot of speculation we did on that one. Now we've finally seen it, and we can discuss it.
Yes.
So
Dragon's Balls.
this is Nerd Dump, and to the people on Facebook, we're doing a live one right now.
Nerd
So,
Dump Alive.
I guess,
See it all.
yeah, see it all.
See it all.
I guess we'll jump into the non-spoiler part first,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Non-spoilers, don't worry about turning it off. All right.
Yeah.
When
So-
we figure out how to do time codes, then
Yeah.
you can go there. If not, just, you'll get there.
All right, so got some notes here. Let's talk about the animation first. What did you guys think about the animation?
All right.
I'm gonna sit.
I thought the animation was on point, to be honest.
All right.
I mean, I did enjoy when they came out with Broly, their animation style. I thought
Yes.
where they had like the first-person view of them fighting was really neat. I
That's a
kind of
nice
would have
touch.
wished they would have put that in this one, but they didn't. But I mean, the animation was on point. It was kind of like a video game.
Yeah,
You know,
it felt that
some
way.
of the newer video games that they came out with,
Very
which was
Kakarot.
fine. It was really good.
Yeah.
I was the animation kind of not. I love the movie, but the animation was kind of distracting me the whole time. It really felt like I was watching like a GameCube game, or like Kakarot, the game for PS4. It kind of distracted me a little bit, and I don't know. It wasn't bad. It just you
Didn't
guys are
really
looking at me
soak
like
in.
I'm saying something wrong here.
Yeah, I think it would have been great, like if they, if any of these movies would have gone back to the original animation format.
Yep.
From like the 80s.
The
hand
80s or
drawn.
90s. The
They have a bit of both in the movies. I think a bit of the both, but probably the 90s.
Yeah, this felt like
Dragon
such-
Ball Z.
Yeah, this felt like such a departure from the last everything they've done so far. It just was so.
Well,
I didn't feel like I was playing a video game. We were watching it in the theaters.
I think, like they showed with Brawley, they're trying out different animation styles, and I think that that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think this one, they can do a lot with the fully 3D, but I think the 2D animations still let you feel the, like, if it makes sense, the impact of the fighting is better in the 2D than 3D.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, I think it just allows for better flexibility with, like, the powers and the hits, and I still liked it.
You don't want to overpower the actual, regular 2D animation that they've done.
Because some stuff looked good. I thought Piccolo looked good in 3D, but for some reason, particularly the hair on the Saiyans, didn't seem to work. Like
Very
Goku,
blocky, right?
yeah, Goku
Yeah.
particularly felt distracting when I saw him. Like, I don't know why, and then we'll get into it in spoilers, but at the end of the movie, Gohan, particularly, I felt like didn't work in 3D, but I have to think about that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you a favor real quick, Shay?
You can.
Can you make sure that that camera is recording?
But that one is recording?
Top one,
I
yeah.
can. Welcome to live, folks. This is how we do.
This is all we do. Also, they...
It sure is.
Okay, and this one
Nice.
too?
Yep, we're live.
Alright, good.
There's 4 people watching us.
Yay! The
Heyo!
4-star dragon.
Sorry
Four
about that.
people. It's probably our wives.
I had one of those worried things. Alright, you confirmed it. I had one of those worries for a second. I'm like, oh no. I don't know why I felt like
The
that.
last-
Nothing's on.
The last little note on the animation, too, is I think it was a nice move, but I hope that they go
Do the
back
other
to
one.
2D animation in the next installment.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I think this is fine for, like, some experiments, but that's just my thoughts.
Well, I don't really mind the 3D element of it. It was just, it felt too video gamey the way they did it. It had that kind of
Yeah.
feel to it, like there was a processor doing everything, and I don't know.
Stuff worked. It had a clean cut to it that was
Yeah.
nice, but I kind of missed the old hand-drawn stuff, like you mentioned, the 80s,
Yeah.
90s, where, like, one
they
frame
were actually
was clearly from a different animation style. Like, Vegeta's armor is complete in this frame, the next frame it's broken.
I think it's
missed
because I liked how much beefier they were looking back then. Like
It was
there
all
was
over the
a-
place with
it was-
animation.
Yeah, and then they kind of slimmed them down a little bit.
Yeah.
But they are getting old.
Yeah.
They
They
They're
are.
Saiyans. They
They're Saiyans. They don't age like
they
we
don't,
do, but
Nope.
they're still getting old.
Saiyans.
So- How'd you guys feel about this story and its pace and this time around? Something I've noticed real quick is that these newer Dragon Ball Super movies, they're really getting more plot developed.
Yes.
These
Yeah.
are like full-length features as opposed to the DBZ and Dragon Ball, where it's like 45-minute
They
movies.
felt like
Yeah,
TV specials.
and they
really.
get a lot
Yeah.
more back. Like the Broly one, they went back and showed some
Gave
more.
it an actual
Yeah.
story. He's not an actual giant baby.
What do you feel about this plot line and the pace and everything about
I think
things of that sort?
I think they
That's
did a
so-
really good. They brought a lot of things together in this one, I believe, as far as the androids go and the whole situation with Dr. Gero
Yes.
and all that.
Very good.
But yeah, I mean, the whole storyline is I think it's on point
Okay.
in this one.
So I love the story. We'll get into it in spoilers, but a lot of the new details they brought in, along with elements like plot progression regarding Dragon Ball as a whole,
Yeah.
I think is excellent. The pacing as a movie still felt really weird to me. Like some stuff moved really well, other things felt like a 5-minute scene felt like it was 10 minutes. Not necessarily in a bad way, but just in a really bizarre, like from A to B fashion.
You mean like the beginning when they introduced
Yeah.
Dr. Hedo and it seemed like it was 10 minutes?
I felt like there was a lot of that stuff was important, but it also
Right.
felt like there was a lot of this weird, quiet, kind of like TV drama tone to it that's like, what will happen? Well, he's eating cookies and they're convincing him to do something that he's going to do. And things like that felt weird, but I think on rewatch, it'll probably run better.
Yeah.
But I still liked it. It just felt strange is all.
He
Yeah.
really liked his Oreos.
There's some secret issue there that needs to be addressed.
Maybe they were Hydroxes though.
Oh.
They could have been.
Oh boy.
No, the
Keep
Red
them in
Ribbon
check.
Army could probably afford that.
Maybe it had something to do with his genetic augments where he made his skin tough.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe
They
he
don't
lost
address it.
sugar.
Maybe
to-
sugar powers it.
Sugar
Powers
powers his skin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
that
You never
makes
know.
sense. So the story wasn't that bad.
That
then.
might have been a loose spoiler, but nothing of consequence, so it's okay.
All right. Oh, you're right. Wow.
And now loose, just nothing too
We
much.
really screwed up there just now. Thanks, Matt.
It's like
We
we
know, bro.
Way to go. So I think we can agree on this that a strong point of the new story is they introduced some actual like new characters
Yes.
in the Gammas.
Yeah,
maybe?
10 out of 10 on the
The
Gammas.
Gammas.
Yep.
I do enjoy the Gammas. I thought they were a good addition to the.
They
Yeah.
felt
Dragon
like
Ball
they fit the lore, but they were also like a brand new idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's not get too much into them
Yeah,
yet.
I have a, do have a
not.
big.
We don't want to spurl it.
I have a
Squirrel.
I have a point of contention that makes sense, but doesn't
We'll get
make
to it.
sense.
We'll get
I
to
know, and I'm still upset.
All right. Well, okay. So let's talk about some weak points here.
All right.
About the. Let's start off with Shay.
What? You're the
What was
weak
it, what do you
point
think
of
was a
the
weak
movie.
point in the story? Maybe just the whole movie in general. What was the? Do you have any negatives you want to add in there? Or?
Yeah, Gohan. There was an issue with Gohan that
Okay.
I had.
Is it a spoiler
It's
issue?
a spoiler, so
All
we
right,
can't
we'll
say
get
it
to
right
that
now.
one. All right,
You have
what
to
about
wait.
you, Matt?
You have to wait.
It's hard to not go into spoiler territory, but there's behavior. I think I'm gonna. Half of my argument will lean on Gohan too, because there's things he.
You said pacing.
Yeah.
When you're talking about this.
We talked about pacing earlier.
All right. Well.
We talked.
pace
Literally, our last topic was pacing.
Okay. All right.
You
I just
said
want to make sure.
story and pacing. I mean,
Okay.
things I didn't really. Gohan's another good point. There's things about Gohan that like shouldn't happen the way they happen in
Right.
narrative whatsoever, and it's weird to me. But other things, we'll go into spoilers. But there's
Okay.
a thing that
All right.
happens particular regarding Piccolo
Right.
that I've seen the internet argue a lot, but in terms of the story, I think actually does make sense. But it's actually me taking something that's wrong with it that actually is good, but we'll come back to that.
Okay. I have one a weakness that I don't know. This is you guys probably don't like me for this because I hate it about Marvel movies
I
too.
hate you.
Yeah.
But I didn't like. I found the movie a little funny,
Yeah.
you know, and then I felt that there was too much goofiness going on. There's too much silliness.
There's always some comedy in Dragon Ball.
I know. I just felt like there was maybe a little too much in this one.
Some stuff was a little
they
strange.
Do you-
between Hedo and his minions there. I mean, especially the guy with the tall hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever his name. He was.
That's very
That was
anime,
kind of
though.
weird. I was
Well,
like,
I bet
this guy's
with-
goofy as hell.
He's an influencer.
I meant
He
with
wants to be a-
Piccolo in particular. I thought they were
Piccolo?
kind of goofing around with Piccolo. I
Yeah,
appreciate
they
some
made
of
him
it.
goofy. They made him
They
kind
made him a
of
little
goofy.
bit. Yes,
I think it's-
alright.
They made him kind of
See,
goofy.
I'd argue it's.
See, we agree, Matt.
See, non-spoilers.
Get out of here!
There's non-spoilers. There's a lot of gimmick with Piccolo in this.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, they do play it off a little bit weird, but there's places where, like, I think it shows his character growth, because he used to be so stoic and serious.
Yeah.
Now he's, like, borderline a family man. I mean, he's basically
He's
a
a
family man.
babysitter.
Yeah, he's a babysitter.
Yeah, like-
I know what Matt's saying. He's babysitting Pan
He's
and
softened.
stuff. And, yeah.
But he's
softened
also
as a
training her,
character.
though.
I did find it funny that they.
He's softened a lot.
Well, I guess I can't. That's not a spoiler. They keep giving them those stupid dolls as a thank you for babysitting.
Yeah,
He's got a whole pile of them over in the corner.
They're
Stupid.
basic
Those fucking
Gohan.
rabbits.
Gohan
Well,
and
he had on
Videl
his
are-
phone. He's always holding his phone like this. So it's-
Yeah.
Gohan and Videl are like fully house-breaking Piccolo, so to speak,
Yeah.
and he's resisting it, but he's also like,
I
I
just meant
guess
during.
this is my life now.
I meant during like the serious parts they kind of made Piccolo a little goofy. We'll get spoilers.
Give some shtick.
And then Matt here really want to talk about some musical scores
Yeah.
involved in this. But I don't know if specifically he wanted to talk about
Well, it's so
climax. Was
so
the theme.
the score in the movie.
I hate talking about climate.
When we watched it in theaters, it was like I hear it, but we're still hyper focused. Like we're getting Dragon Ball on a big screen. This is cool.
Yeah.
I went back and I was listening to the actual like score soundtrack of the movie, and I was like, this is really, really good. And it's just Dragon Ball is mixed with sound. I think from Super at least the Goku Black arc and the Tournament of Power had excellent like soundtracks going on. Just really identifiable and unique themes.
Yeah.
This has a lot of that going on, but it's like completely different than what Dragon Ball usually uses, but not in a bad way. Because some of this stuff is very like you hear that very like superhero type of scoring, with also like really ethereal scores. You just don't hear that sound design in Dragon Ball much, and it's difficult to explain. But like, if you see the movie, we'll go into it in spoilers, but watch the
Well, you're
last
doing
scenes of the movie, and if you can just isolate the music in it, it's just so good.
I think that's what they've done here on YouTube, actually. So
I
we'll
mean, people
play.
have seen it.
This is what
You pooper
this is one
head.
of Matt's. This is a quick little clip of some music.
It's
Matt
not
really
going to
wanted
be profound in a few
Right.
seconds, though.
Shut up.
Stop talking.
Sorry, I'm gonna play it real quick.
Sure,
Right,
I'm
we'll
sorry.
get up on the TV here, and if I can.
Yes, the score is called Climax, and it's from near the end of the movie, but don't look it up if you don't want to know what the context of it is.
Oh, gotta push the play button. There it
Good
goes.
sound. Oh, I like that.
So, do you want to explain without spoiling what this song is? Because in our notes here, we kind of screwed up, and we probably should have put this down. in
So,
spoilers.
non-spoilers best I can, but things Dragon Ball is known for. Something profound happens that turns the tide of a situation, and then said situation starts coming to a head. And this
Right.
whole little piece plays over it, but it's just really good in delivery. The whole soundtrack is just really good to this, though. It's difficult to explain. You just need to watch it and listen to it. It's very different sound design for Dragon Ball. I
Get to the crescendo.
think. Yes, it swells.
I feel like we
How
should be
uncomfortable
meditating.
Matt is holding hands with another man. Here, I'm gonna put my hand all the way through yours.
I'm Vegeta, you're
Look,
Frieza.
he's holding your finger.
pinching me. Oh my God,
It's like
Jesus
a
Christ, man.
5-year-old holding your hand.
I'm trying to make him uncomfortable.
He busted my arm in. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright.
This has a transformative element to it.
It's very good
So I don't
in
wanna
this
ruin that.
context of the scene. What
Yeah.
happens in the scene is huge. It's good.
My favorite song in this one, I think, would have to be the because that one just sounds like the end of Mortal Kombat, the movie.
This is, what's this one?
Battle to the Death.
Oh, yeah.
I think when they first start to battle Selma.
I don't know. I
Hey,
don't
man.
think it's there yet.
Not yet.
We gotta learn that spoilers thing.
We gotta work on that.
I don't think it's there. You're right, but it has to be because these are kind of in chronological order.
Not always. The soundtracks aren't always.
Let's find a silly one. That'd probably be this one. Or this is when they introduced the.
Dan the movie.
Remember Dan the
This
movie?
is Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah.
Foreboding.
Yeah, that's
that very
a full running
epic
tone.
sweeping type of sound
Yeah.
design. You just don't get a lot of it in Dragon Ball this way. I like it.
See,
It's
it
got
feels
a
like
Sam
that,
Raimi
that
sound
should have
to
been
it.
the climax.
Yeah,
that sounds
well,
like
they
a
had a
climax.
bunch of. There's like
No, it's
20.
you gotta rewatch the scene. Though.
There's like 23 different scores in
Yeah,
or
the
not
scene.
scores, but
The
songs
scene's
in
meant
it.
to be. It's
The
so
whole
good.
score itself, I mean, is. you
Any
know.
problem I have with the movie is made up for it near the end of the movie.
All right,
Works out. Yeah.
so let's do a symbol that's meant to emphasize spoilers. We'll just go spoilers. Spoilers, gas.
Spoilers, gasp.
That's the whole Marine Corps. Gas, gas, gas. You put your gas mask on. So we'll
Okay.
say spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. All right,
I have 2 gas masks
3,
on.
2, 1 for spoilers.
Spoilers discussion.
Transformations. We had some new
Trans-
transformations in this movie.
Transformations is a
And there
staple
was,
of
we
the-
went to go see this movie, I think we should say, in theaters,
Yes. we
where
did.
they didn't turn the sound up.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
weird.
They like did
That was annoying, wasn't it?
So
It was pretty
strange.
annoying.
There was no surround sound on the IMAX. We saw IMAX?
No.
Oh, we went to
didn't see
regular.
it. We went
But
to
there still
regular.
was the sound design.
It
was
sounded
weird.
like you were watching it in your living room where all the sound was coming from here.
It's all I could afford at the time.
No, it was a theater issue.
But we had some new transformations in this
Yes,
new movie.
we do.
So
Yeah.
what we got first? We got Orange Piccolo.
I'd say we go with Piccolo
Orange
first.
Piccolo.
All right.
Yeah, looks like sexy Squidward from SpongeBob.
Sexy Squidward.
With his chiseled jaw.
He does
I don't
look
know.
a little-
It was kind of weird. And one more thing I didn't like, that he had totally forgotten that he could grow large. Like he could
That's
make
sort of a
himself
trope
grow.
with Dragon Ball, though.
Yeah, but
Oh, they
still,
forget about the time chamber
how
or
do you
something like that?
how do you forget your moves?
They do. I mean, all the characters have moments
Goku
like
doesn't
this.
get his
Well, the last
Goku
time
forgets
the last time he used it was during the Garlic Jr. saga.
Giant.
But Piccolo, remember he gets big in
Oh, I guess
Garlic
he does.
Jr. Not as that big, but he
I
does.
was thinking back to Dragon Ball, the World Tournament, like way back then.
Well, that's when he got giant, but
Yeah.
he did increase his size in the unfortunate Cell Saga Jr. Cell Jr. God damn!
Yes, that one. The
Garlic
one
Jr..
The one you're talking
Good
about.
job, buddy.
Stuttering Dan.
Yeah.
Garlic gun.
You know, because he's got two transformations,
Yeah,
and
his
the one
potential
is
unlock.
like he gets rid of the lines on his
It's
arm.
like his unlocking his potential.
yeah, and
like,
his
yeah.
his color kind of changes from
It's like a
a
brighter.
green to maybe like a flat green.
Yeah,
it's weird.
it's like a slight change. Yeah, I think it's just called unlocking his potential.
Well, they have a
They got a
small
picture.
scale. Well, you guys just continue your discussion
Yeah,
here
but
about
you know,
this transformation.
it's just weird, you know. And then the whole orange one
Mixed feelings.
making him look. They changed his whole face. I was like, why does that need to change?
I feel like for the orange form,
Yeah,
I don't.
there
think,
he is.
Yeah,
There he is.
I
Look at
don't.
him.
I
No.
don't.
So you're
oh,
talking about
I'm
these lines right
Those
here.
lines disappear.
Yeah,
Here.
See?
but see, I couldn't tell if that's a physical change or if it
Oh,
was like
no.
his aura
It's a
brightening,
video.
No.
where they take that detail out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had trouble telling the difference with that. Because, like, I don't think he needed a new physical transformation. I think they should have unleashed him and then the power up. Because I've always liked that Piccolo could mostly
See,
keep up
Here's one where his regular, this form right here.
with his base appearance,
Yeah.
though.
So,
You know what?
like,
Does that
you
make
can
sense?
see his lines, they're
Yeah.
gone, and he's
Yeah.
not really. I don't know why they're showing him orange in that one because it's not.
I think he was like about to transform.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
orange for him because he doesn't have the big jaw.
No.
But like,
Pronounced.
I don't think he's ever needed
This
like a
one.
physical change.
That's,
Well,
that's the one that's got.
Yeah, I got some
That I'm talking about.
Mhm.
here,
There you go, buddy.
Piccolo.
Pickles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really
it's-
just decked out. in
I just
the
don't know if they needed to do it.
transformation Here.
They didn't. I mean, well, it's
I
just
think
weird.
I think similar to his fusions in the past, like giving him a significant power up.
I mean, they could have spent a little more time on his
Design.
design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool transformation. I like it, except for the way he looks.
Like it opens the door for a little more lore, like that tree symbolism that
Oh,
comes
yeah.
out.
Mm.
I think that's kind of cool, but I don't know. Mixed feelings on the appearance.
But
though.
yeah, he what was it? He fighting against
Yep.
Cell Max here.
Yes.
Cell Max is
Yes.
how many times bigger would you say he is than normal Piccolo?
Well, I mean,
The
he-
normal player, he's
100 times?
No,
yeah,
he's not
he
that
was
big.
he was huge.
he was huge, but
He
I
was huge right out of the vat.
He was like King Kong from Skull Island big.
he
Yeah,
was
they were
big,
also
but he
small.
wasn't that. It wasn't like I think it's more comparable to
98 times.
like Hirudegarn. Remember the old movies?
Yeah, he's okay. there
He's
you go.
not like titanically big.
Yeah.
Because the giant form only lets them get so big too.
Right.
So I think it's just because the anime stuff they exaggerated a lot too, for the impact visually. So I don't think he was like that big. He was still huge though.
All right, we'll say Hirudegarn.
Because I was comparing like when you see Gamma 2 going head to head with him also, because it's like, you know, Cell and then Gamma was like this, so it was like, I don't know, that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah. So yeah, Piccolo. This is a little picture of him right here, getting
Yeah.
the same size. Forgetting for some reason that he could do that.
Yeah.
And then in the movie itself, he
He looks dehydrated.
looks dehydrated.
Yeah.
He makes a statement during the movie that he doesn't get more powerful. This is a bluff
Yeah.
form. So he's just the same.
I think that's a cool
Strength.
piece of lore though.
Yeah, it
Why
is.
do these things change besides story?
Well, it makes
changes?
sense that Goku was able to beat him while beat up still in the original Dragon
I think
Ball.
it's like
Yeah.
the, what is it, Super Saiyan grade 2 and 3 aren't all that useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 3 mostly. The regular Super Saiyan was fine because they ended up being able to.
It's a power
They
increase.
had it where they could control it a lot more.
Yeah.
So it wasn't draining them of
The
energy.
grade
and
2 and
anything.
3 were problems.
Now, if I was to go off of the reaction from people in the audience during the movie, no one gave a shit about Piccolo's transformation.
They did not.
I thought it was cool. I just thought, but really quick note from what I said earlier. People complained online that he had to straight up ask the dragon for a potential unlock. Like, that's out of the normal versus
That
training.
is-
But his
yeah.
attitude was very like, hey, we have an imminent problem. There's new androids. There's Red Ribbon. We don't have time to train and wait for Goku Vegeta. So he's like, we got to fix this and be ready, which does kind of line up with Piccolo's sense of like,
Yeah.
we're not going to mess around with this.
But
So I think that works.
let's talk about the transformation that everyone seemed to give a crap about. Was
Yes.
is there a way I can
I
make this
don't.
bigger? I don't think I can.
Go Beast Gohan.
No, he's still, you can see him.
He's tiny up
Hopefully,
there.
y'all can see it back
It's
there.
it's a weird design.
They're both small. I'm gonna try to. Let me fill this up down here. Matt, can you talk about his transformation real
His
quick?
transformation.
So it looks like a cross. I mean, obviously it's meant to homage when he went Super Saiyan 2 against the original Cell, but
Yeah.
it visually
But they made
looks like
his front piece longer.
yeah. Well, I mean, no, visually the hair does like a mixture of Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3, but its own thing. And I know that like the red eyes and stuff is meant to reference the original designs for the Super Saiyan,
Yeah.
like the original manga ideas.
Well,
The thing that
I don't like his hair.
that's
why
why
does it gotta
Matt
be
wanted to
so-
really illustrated was
What?
the animation even made it look worse.
It
3D didn't do favors
Here's
for it.
here's a cartoon style drawing of it.
That's an
and then
official
when-
picture.
Yeah, but I mean that's the more the old school, and then
Yeah.
this is the actual movie clip of him
Yeah.
with this big, stupid.
It just felt weird. I don't think it was dumb, but it reminded me more of Dragon Ball GT.
And then yeah, so like it really sucked because like watching the movie, I'm like, oh cool, you know.
The transformation sequence was good.
I wish.
Yeah,
It,
that's what everyone.
okay, yes and no. I wish they would have had a little like how long it took him to go through level 2. When he was fighting
He
Cell.
just snapped.
I mean, I wish they would have spent a little more time with him getting angry and yelling instead of just like a quick boop, he's done.
What was the
know?
catalyst that made him do this? Was it Pan?
Piccolo.
Piccolo.
It was
See,
Piccolo.
I thought they might have used.
That's what I thought.
We thought Piccolo might
I
have
thought
died.
Pan would have. I thought Pan would have been the catalyst.
Yeah.
There's a few weird story decisions.
Because I was upset in the old DBZ when they had 16, who he has no really connection with.
Yeah.
It was the
It was
the
kind of
symbolism that like
Forced.
he was trying to be
You're
have
about to
a
go
life.
hard, go hard.
Well, no, he was a machine built for a purpose, but
Yeah.
decided to be his own person. Actually, you haven't watched this, but
Yeah,
totally
damn.
different discussion.
How dare
That
you.
scene Dragon Ball Z Abridged illustrated that extremely well of how that.
We're not
works
talking about
contextually.
Abridged right now.
I know, but the reasoning for Gohan snapping to 16 was good.
All right, but
Why it worked.
now this is a different transformation from the other Super Saiyan Saiyan transformations.
Yeah, this is its own.
Now, Matt, I already know that you have a little bit of a theory about this, or maybe it's already canon that why he looks the way he does. Why don't you go ahead with that while I sip mine?
Well, that's what I said a moment ago. It was meant. I think like the red eyes, some of the hair design was meant to look more like the original idea of what they were going to make a Super
Akira
Saiyan.
Toriyama's
So it was
original
supposed to be
idea?
white.
I believe so. Yeah, the original intentions, but I think the gold, the blonde, the green eyes is visually a better look.
Yeah.
I believe the red hair, the white. I'm sorry. The red eyes, like the white hair, was the original intent. But also like. You had some other additions that made me think about this, because the Saiyans, it feels like their genetic potential is all over the place, and I think some of the transformations are based on situation. Like, Super Saiyan seems like a standard that they're capable of, but everything else seems like it's something that can be done with different conditions, because most of Gohan's forms, not most of, but a lot of his stuff's been more unique.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned about
Well,
Gohan's training.
That's what I'm saying is that I feel this is the next step from his Kai training with the sword, the ultimate form that he reached, and that this is his
Stop
push
playing with your beard.
push beyond that. This is his push beyond that. See, this is his push above the beard. See, no.
Push above the beard.
No, I just feel like maybe this is the next evolution as a Saiyan beyond ultimate form that he received from the Kai training.
This could be like Super Saiyan above Ultimate.
That's what you just said.
Yeah, but like...
No. Reiterating fool.
Whatever.
No, I know you're
No,
fine.
but yeah, like it's
Yeah,
like in the
understand.
Tournament of Power in the anime how Vegeta gets that royal blue form.
Yeah.
I see that as like Super Saiyan 2 above Super Saiyan God.
Right,
Super
level
Saiyan.
2 Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan.
But that's not
Yeah.
what they call it, but that's what I see it as,
Yeah.
because he's trying to counter for Goku's, I think, Kaioken blue. So I like that, and I think that's similar to what this is doing.
Okay.
But we don't have anything to measure this against, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's true. Well,
Like, we don't have a
Right.
scale for the older characters or androids.
Right.
yeah.
So we don't know how strong these forms are.
Well, that's what I wanted to get into. You had a good point about these two guys right here.
Gammas. Oh, yeah.
They're powerful.
You had a nice, long, efficient rant about these guys earlier that I
Try not
wasn't
to
really
make it a
paying
long
attention
rant.
to, but that was good.
Well,
And you had a nice little thing with the...
so yeah, to try to nutshell that, basically the Gammas are brought in as just straight up androids that, like, I think Gamma 1 clarifies, they can fight at 100% of their physical potential until they're completely out of power, which suggests they're not the infinite stamina kinds like 17 and 18.
Right.
But then, how are they able to go, like obviously they've studied the Z fighters and stuff a bit, but like, I don't know how they're able to create these artificial humans who are just like, alright, we can scale up the power levels to these characters just instantly, because at this point, we've gone past where Frieza was the strongest in the universe, but then there's the other androids in Cell, and
Well,
beyond.
that's what we're talking about plot hole. Remember
Yeah.
we talked about plot hole? Now, they're thinking Cell's the strongest because they make a Cell.
Yeah.
So that goes beyond Boo.
Yep.
They have no idea about Boo apparently in this.
Well, they know
They
what-
have no idea about Beerus and what do you call it, the Tournament of Power. So how would they make these guys,
That's what's so confusing
or is
about
Piccolo
it.
and Gohan that much weaker
Yeah.
than the other guys?
It's- That was my point with Gohan that could be something that was cut out of the script was,
right.
even since the Tournament of Power, he was like, stuff keeps happening, I need to be training to be at my best. This is my responsibility. Now in this movie, he's like, oh, I'm not training, I have too much school for that. But that's the arc they've been doing to Gohan for a while.
Right.
And it's annoying because there's no consistency to his motivation.
Yeah.
And that does bother me. So maybe they are weaker, but the Gammas come in, at the very least, able to match Piccolo and Gohan.
Yeah.
I mean, transformations start to overwhelm them a bit, but they're still titanically strong. Like, these guys could have held their own in the Tournament of Power for a while, which suggests, like, I don't know how these people like Red Ribbon can come in and just build them and go, oh yeah, they're just as strong.
It's a plot hole.
I do like that they were just straight up physical combatants. They have these guns that are like ray and cannon based, so they don't have key powers. And I kind of like that.
What do you feel the new transformations of Piccolo and Gohan stack up against maybe Blue, Super Saiyan Blue, or maybe Brawly? You think they're...
Well, okay, so, when they were getting the team together for the Tournament of Power, Gohan went against Goku for like a split. There was literally a split second where Goku was at Blue, at his full power Blue. He's just like, come at me with everything you got, Dad.
Right.
And then they, went at each other.
And Gohan did have a revelation where he says, I'm going to find a level past where I am, and this might be a callback to that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they're close. So I think Gohan is close to being, in this form, at his version of level Blue.
It's got to be narratively something to compete, but it's also not God Key.
As far as Piccolo goes, I don't think he's anywhere close to any of them.
I think Piccolo's strong.
He's strong, but he's nowhere near their level.
But I don't know.
Oh, something I meant to bring up about the Gammas real quick is that we didn't talk about their inability to use key
That's what I just said a minute ago.
Oh, okay, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, they're complete physical combatants. So they have these like arm cannons they use to fire, but they're just purely physical, and I like that about them.
Yeah.
Their personalities are great. They're like they're just awesome characters. They're like great guys given really bad information.
Yeah.
So, Cell Max.
Yes. I like
Cell
Change the
Max.
subject from Gammas right now, which I spelled incorrectly on these little notes here.
Yep.
We got where he is right here. Oh, it's
Cell Max is
tiny
cool.
picture.
It's a tiny
See if we can make it bigger. Resize.
Good job.
Forever.
Preparation is
Best
important.
for viewing. Nope, you ruined it. Okay.
Preparation
Alright,
is important when recording.
Oh, he's a little tiny thing there.
But anyway, what do you think, Shay?
There
Cell
you
Max?
That's
He's a little blurry, but so
You get the idea.
we have I'm colorblind, but I do believe he's red.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Red and green.
He's got a ball and chain on the back, like my
The mace. He's got a mace
yeah, he's
tail.
got a
It's a
mace
wrecking
on the
ball.
back, just
Yeah.
like my Dungeons and Dragons character,
Yep.
except something else.
Yep.
And he's giant, like
Hirudegarn.
Hirudegarn. Remember earlier I said I was gonna keep looking at you for names because I keep forgetting.
That's
the
from
names.
the 13th Dragon Ball Z movie.
Final
I think?
Dragon Ball Z movie.
I think the final one was the one with Vegeta's brother. Or was that TV special?
That's
I
a
think
that was a
special.
30-minute.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk
Matt.
about that.
Is Tarble canon?
No.
Cell Max.
Neither does Akira Toriyama or any of them talk about that.
Yeah.
But this is his form.
Mhm.
He's an incomplete form
Yes.
in the
Incomplete.
movie.
He's not finished developing. He's
Yep.
not finished
Yeah.
programming. They unleash him in a panic move.
He looks. I feel okay. So he's in his
Second.
from the original. He's in his second
Yeah.
form.
Mhm.
If he was complete, I believe they were going to have him be as a final form cell.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or at least
but
to
he's
absorb the
just
gammas.
not.
I think the gamma's intention was to be absorbed.
One thing I was a little disappointed about with Cell Max is I
He's the
feel no, I know he's a monster, but I kind of wish myself that they had made him with a little more memory about what had happened. Like this, maybe something stayed behind in the story development where when they beat Cell and they're like, we got something that he could regenerate from. We're going to use that.
Yeah.
And then you had a little, maybe just a shred of memory of what happened. So it was more like
Okay.
like a revenge story almost for him when the final fight
That would have
happened.
been. I
Yeah,
think
they
that
kind
was
of
a
just
time.
made him like he's this just angry,
Yeah, like
kind of like Broly,
like
the
Hirudegarn.
original Broly.
Well, yeah, I think that was probably a narrative constraint though, because it just wasn't his movie. And I'm willing to bet if they
Yeah,
did this, like,
I guess.
if
I
they
can
bring
see
the
that.
anime back and like did this story,
Yeah.
I'll bet they could do stuff like that.
I'd like to think that if he had left him to completely finish, and he's in his final form, that he may have been more. I don't know what the word is. He able to talk.
Yeah,
maybe,
well, it would
you know,
have-
instead of
yeah.
just growling
'Cause in
and
this-
yelling and communicate.
I believe
Yeah.
they clarified they built him from the original design, so he wasn't like a reincarnation. And they took away some of his abilities, which I thought was interesting. Like he doesn't have regeneration,
No.
and he doesn't seem to have the ability to absorb.
Right.
So I thought, because I heavily was like, yeah, the gammas are here, they're gonna do absorption. But they actually stayed away from that, and I was like, you know what? That's all right.
We were all thinking, I think, you
Yeah.
brought up something cool about the animation with Cell.
Yes.
That you loved something about him.
They did great things when they're at the very end when Gohan's in his transformation and he's pulling out a special beam cannon, which is freaking sweet, to try to get the kill shot. Piccolo's trying to hold Cell down, and Cell is trying to panically get away. So, like, Piccolo's trying to hold him to the ground, and you see Cell's wings start going crazy, trying to take off. I thought that visually was a great choice, because you don't see...
Yeah, he doesn't use them in anything else.
You don't
DBZ,
see
ever. You know,
DBZ,
they just come out a little bit, but they're
you
like
don't
a...
see it, so I thought stuff like that stylistically, like, that's really good in the 3D design.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
One thing I don't like, and I don't understand, is they always put a failsafe in these guys. So his failsafe was on the top of his head.
Well,
on the top of his
in
head.
this case...
Like, why?
In this case, I get... Because it wasn't Dr. Hedo's the one who built it in, and the others didn't know he built it in, because he's like, this could be dangerous if it goes bad. We should have a way for the Gammas to take him down, which was his point. The Gammas would know what to hit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kind of feel like that works for his character, because he loves the Gammas. He's not a bad dude.
Yeah.
He's just wanting to do his research.
Yeah, pure spoiler, Dr. Hedo's recruited by the Red Ribbon Army, and he's actually not a bad guy.
He's the grandson of Dr. Giro, who did the original androids and Cell. So
he makes these two Gammas right here. Mr. Number 1's the very serious one.
Yep.
And number 2 he's like more comedic and showy. Even has a thing that shows the pow and bang thing when he's
actually. Like, why can I see his sound effects?
Yeah. Piccolo makes a comment about that. How come I can see this?
I love the little self-awareness.
But this is Dr. Hedo right here. This is him in his little lab coat right here.
Yeah.
But like we were saying earlier at the beginning, why he eats so many Oreos, maybe he has a skin thing.
Yeah.
Where he's impervious to what have you. And he has this little stupid
says he has
suit.
He's got that suit.
He says he gave himself bulletproof skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he dons this suit near the end of the game of the movie. I almost
Yeah.
said game because of the animation.
I'm
and
sure that's why he said it.
And he fights against
Magenta.
Magenta. Yeah.
Who's the...
He's the same height as
He's
him.
like the son of the original Commander Red, I think, from the old OG Dragon Ball. Red Ribbon Army, I think. Yeah.
Which short guy. He's always up. He stands up on things and stuff to be taller.
I think the original poster, he's standing on a box.
Yeah.
I think I like stuff
milk
like that. Yeah, maybe. He's standing on something in the original poster, which makes him stand up to height.
Yeah. But
we learned some family tree in this movie that we originally didn't have much information on.
Of Dr. Giro.
Dr. Giro,
And then they bring in 21.
Yes, 21 is
as
you see
Dr.
as a cameo.
Giro's love interest.
I think it's his wife, or at least the mother of his son.
And then 16.
Yes.
So
it's
those
confirmed.
3. 16.
That's
was
cool.
he?
a remake of
his son.
Yeah, that's
that
wild.
he had with
whoever 21
the
was.
human version of 21, whoever she was.
She had a name on there, but I can't remember.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool.
Did they answer how Giro became a cyborg?
I can't remember. I think they did.
Was it 19?
I think they did.
Programmed? I don't know, but do they address that?
I think he did it himself. Like he transferred his conscious into the android.
Because his physical brain was in the body.
Don't take that as take that with a grain of salt, everyone.
If anyone watches this, the comments are gonna like this.
Oh yeah, don't give us too much.
We're trying.
So what do you guys think they were? What do you think? It's been how many years since the Tournament of Power ended?
In this one?
No. In our real life.
Oh. Jeez, when did
3, 4 years
maybe
ago?
Just a few years.
Yeah, 3.
Because Pan's like 3.5. She was a baby in the Tournament of Power.
So.
Not the same time, real time, basically.
With this movie, what do you think they were trying to set up? I'll leave it at that. We'll bring up some other things.
Well, firstly, is where it takes place in the anime versus the manga. Because
Jesus Christ, Matt, guess first.
There's jumps.
There's
jumps.
Right. There are jumps.
We can't exactly go by, putting it, matching them up with the manga because the manga is way ahead now.
Yeah.
What was the next? So
he hasn't read it.
This one, they show Broly. He's up there. He's training now with Beerus and Whis and Vegeta and Goku.
Yes. That's pretty awesome.
Okay, so what do you think they're trying to set with Broly?
I think, and so according to, we'll go back to this, to the manga, the Morrow arc. So he's like this wizard goat-looking guy that, you know, takes energy from planets and
Galactus.
stuff. And I think they bring Broly in for like a split second. He's not really in the manga much after the Tournament of Power. So I think they're maybe setting it up for that. You know, he's training with Beerus, and then if they bring back Super as a you know, a show again, another season or two. They might bring him in for, you know, just that small section of
He's a beast.
You know,
like,
the Galaxy Patrol or whatever you want to
that'd be
call
pretty
it.
cool.
That Jocko is.
Well,
is
Goku
part
does
of.
clarify Broly has
Because they all become, in the manga, they all become Galactic Patrolmen in order
Broly as a
to
cop.
get all these things. Because, read the manga. It's too much to explain.
Yeah, you're going.
There's a
too
lot.
deep.
Because
There's a lot.
right out of the gate, Goku's
Sorry,
trying
we're
to-
just talking about the movie.
Right out of the gate, Goku's commenting to Broly he's got to chill and focus his energy.
Yeah.
So, I think, like, more than anything as a character, Goku wants a more powerful training partner.
Oh, definitely.
But
Of course he does.
in the context of story, Broly only has two directions he can go. Either he's meant to do something heroic and possibly die, or he's meant to take over some kind of mantle somewhere. And just because he's like, you can't think about power levels and scaling with Broly. He basically is like anything that's stronger, if he has enough time, he'll scale up to it.
Yeah.
So, they need to do something with that, like, this, you know, you can't even think about it. Just, alright, is he going to fight Beerus or somebody? Even Beerus shows concerns for having him around, but I know Beerus would still wipe the floor with those people, but it's just interesting.
Well,
Broly's a total
we'll
anomaly.
talk about that at the end of this thing. About Beerus.
I
There's
don't know
some
where
theories
they're
on that
taking
guy.
him, though. But they're going to
But,
do something with him.
But do we think that Dragon Ball Super is setting up Broly to be a main character now?
I think
That's
so.
fine.
Or at least
I don't think he's going to be a main character.
not
No.
a focus
No.
point.
I
Maybe
don't
like
think
a
so. Maybe a
B-list
character.
character.
But he's not a B-list character. He's stronger than Goku and Vegeta.
True, but he doesn't have a lot of personality developed yet, so you can only
No,
do
that's
so
true.
much with that.
Yeah, they're still working on it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I don't think they know what they want to do with him.
Yeah.
I think they wrote a new version of Broly and were like, oh man, we just had lightning in
Uh-oh.
All right. So
Oh no.
now we have these are reason we're asking this is these are end credit little scenes they have here. Well, at the beginning of you see Broly of the movie, and then at the end you see him again. But we also have Shayla.
Is that her name?
Chilai.
I think she might get her arm busted by Beerus.
Oh my god.
What do you guys think about this little?
Wow.
Do you think they're gonna do anything with this Beerus and Sheila thing?
I don't know. I thought it was
No.
kind of weird that they even brought that up.
I
Like,
think it's
he
just
does
a
have a
joke.
type. You
Just a
know,
joke.
this is like he does have a type, and it's like
Green people.
yeah, I guess.
No, I
Green
think,
with envy.
Green.
I
with
think
envy.
Whis mentions like, Whis says like,
Green.
he has a type, I'm surprised you haven't noticed. I'm pretty sure that's referring to Bulma, but he's like...
They did allude to that, didn't they?
Beerus
Yeah.
has a
The
sense.
short hair
Beerus
thing,
does
yeah.
actually have a sense of honor, so he's not going to hit on Vegeta's wife. But
Yeah.
I think that's what Whis is directly referencing because that's like the only other person that they interact with.
Yeah.
And
I just think
Bulma's-
it's weird that whole thing was.
If anything, I think it's more of a
Brought
comedic
in.
element because instead of making him all like introverted, they're like, oh, he likes this girl. Now he's gonna act all out of character in like hospitality towards all these other people. Suddenly, he doesn't.
Yeah,
want
they're
to
just offering everybody ice cream.
I
It's like,
think
come on,
it's just
even
a-
you, Broly,
more
have
of
some
a
ice
narrative
cream.
gag.
It was-
I saw it more than
I don't
anything
know.
because
So you just think it's
yeah.
a gag?
I think more than anything, he's just like, let's make Beerus out of character for a minute
Rich did
and
it.
act all like, let me do the
Get outta
dishes.
there.
He's like, come eat with us. Like he's being totally out of
So
character.
obviously they show us in these little cutscenes because Goku and Vegeta, Broly and Beerus, they're not prominently featured in this movie at all.
At all.
Nope,
But
they wrote
it appears that they're all training on Beerus's planet and trying to build up their base for him.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And then we have a nice little funny, but we have an end credit scene, right?
Yes.
So at the beginning of the movie, they set up to where Goku and Vegeta have to fight each other, but they're not allowed to transform
No
or
ki.
use any key attacks.
All physical.
It's all physical. and then it cuts to the movie basically, and then
Comes
at the very
back.
end you get this little cutscene where Vegeta-
it comes back. They're just
yeah.
completely
End credits.
They're
exhausted,
super exhausted.
trying to hit each other.
Yeah,
Vegeta gets that punch and Goku falls down, and he's
He
like,
just
I
punches
can't.
him in the chest.
Yeah.
He just kind of
Ugh.
pushes him, and Goku's like, I can't get up, and Vegeta's like, I did it. I
Vegeta,
beat Kakarot.
Vegeta finally beats Kakarot, and then you have Sheila.
Chilai.
I keep saying Sheila.
Yeah, you do, buddy.
Sheila.
I keep thinking of the Australian. And she's like looking at the what's his name, Brawley and then the other guy. Lemo, yeah. And then she's like, "You guys are stupid."
Well, she's watching Vegeta and Goku like, this
Yeah.
is so dumb.
And then you get a little pan out from that,
And you see Brawley and Lemo.
and then you see them
And
sit there like they
they're
just watched
crying.
a great Greek epic.
They're like, this is so heroic. They went with all their
You can
heart.
see the annoyance in her face right here,
Later.
and they're both looking with this stoic tears coming out of their eyes.
They're just like, they're so heroic.
It's a nice little end credits scene.
Because the whole context, I think, was they made Goku and Vegeta fight like that to show Brawley how to control himself while
Yeah.
still going all out.
Where you can still train and not have to get,
Not go berserk.
get angry.
Yeah.
Of, you know.
Yeah, I thought
Which
that
I
was
still love that, though. Vegeta's just in this weird, exhausted sense of victory.
Yeah, fun little mention.
And
for
Vegeta's
that.
like, good job. I mean, Goku's like, good job.
So I also that's basically the movie. I mean, we wouldn't talk
That's
about
good.
every single aspect of it because go see it if you haven't.
Some missed opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So another back to the movie was some of the things. Pan, bringing Pan. in.
Yes.
Oh right.
She. So as a baby, she showed potential.
Mhm.
Because she's part Saiyan.
Yep, and baby of a Super
But
Saiyan.
she was flying already.
Yeah.
Now I get it. She's a baby. Babies don't remember anything.
She wasn't
'cause they get
thinking, it was
from,
instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was, Piccolo's trying to teach her how to fly because she doesn't know how to fly in this until towards the end.
Right.
She doesn't
know how to
and
do
that's
it
actually
manually.
Krillin that gets her to
To believe in
to
herself.
believe in herself and fly.
Yep.
And I wish they would have maybe had her a little more developed.
She was only like
than-
3 and a
than what
half.
she was.
I
It
think they
doesn't-
should have had her
it
a
doesn't
little.
matter.
I think they should have had her a little older, maybe 5.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a little older.
Being 3.5 years old doesn't make sense.
It
The
doesn't.
amount of emotion she's allowed to
Exactly.
show in this, and it's like
It's tricky.
I
Yeah.
know they're Saiyans. She's a.
I mean, as
she's
an
a
infant, she
fourth
would have
Saiyan.
been behaving
Well,
on
she's
instinct,
like
though.
12 in dog years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I thought, like, they touched on this so lightly, but I thought they could have done way more with this, was when the team, like, everybody else shows up to help Piccolo and Gohan against
Right.
Cell. 18 comes out of there, and I'm thinking, this is Cell in his second form, and she should be having every version of PTSD imaginable right now because
Good
of
point.
thinking back to DBZ.
Yeah.
That's got to be the most horrific time in her life, was getting absorbed by second form Cell after
Yeah.
being hunted down. And it's
He used
like,
his tail, grabbed her, bust her hymen, and then
You gotta stop.
You can't stop it.
Sorry.
no, like, it's... Yeah, but I feel like they went ahead into the whole android lore. Why didn't they bring 17 into that fight?
What is he doing?
No
Right,
17.
yeah, he's alive.
He's
he should have
alive.
been there.
He's doing his ranger thing.
I guess he's probably back on the
Dragon
Island.
Ball-
on the island.
Dragon Ball Z
Protecting animals.
logic for writing out a powerful character is like, just, they're doing something and they're busy. It's Dragon Ball
He's
Z.
actually
Yeah.
on par with Goku as strength-wise, because before the Tournament of Power,
Yeah.
again, they're getting them together.
And they have the
team
infinite
together,
stamina.
and they're fighting, and Goku was fighting him as Blue,
That's true.
and they were
No, they were-
toe-to-toe.
Goku said he wasn't going. That's still, though,
That-
I don't know. They haven't
Neither one
explained
of them
power
were going full
scaling
power.
with the androids.
Neither one of them
Yeah.
were going full power though.
Yeah, that's what's wild.
So
Well, a lot of speculation going on here, you get, but
if they had brought him in, I imagine
It just would have been a
it
good
would have been
opportunity.
like bringing in Goku or Vegeta.
yeah,
Yeah.
Over like this.
But they showed 18 sticking more or less in a similar par with him in the Tournament of Power. Like their synergy and ability to
yeah,
fight.
but we already know that 18's weaker than 17.
Yeah, but the
The
margin
lower
is
down the
clear.
number goes, the stronger they get with the movie.
Yeah, but 17's a lower number than 18.
Yeah, the lower the number goes, the stronger they get.
Yes.
17 stronger than 18.
Yeah. I'm Android
16
13.
was stronger than 17 and 18 because
Right.
he was made to destroy Goku.
And
What
then
about-
they made the Android movie.
What about
with
the Frankenstein Android 8?
that? We can't.
No, you
he
don't
was
talk
like
about
he
him.
was like 50 power level. All right, so I wanted to ask you. This is a little aside from the movie. Now we've got we'll go all the way back to the first Dragon Ball Super movie, which was
Battle Gods?
Battle of Gods, right? And we have a Beerus showing up to Earth to battle this Super Saiyan God he's seeking out. He fights Goku in the Super Saiyan God form. Yeah. He's at 70%, but that's inaccurate. But we'll say it's somewhere around there, right?
Definitely not.
Now, how do you think that these characters now, let's say Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Gohan, would stack up against Beerus now? Do you think that... I want to ask you a question. Do you think that Goku, in his Super Saiyan Blue form, with Ultra Instinct,
Okay, if he's
Could-
using Ultra Instinct,
in his Super Saiyan Blue form...
That's the thing. I don't think that they stack.
No. Ultra Instinct's a form of fighting, I believe.
True, but
I believe it's a form that you accomplish.
it's what
that
the
you can
angels are
But
constantly
it's based
Yes.
on constant relaxation.
So I think that you
too.
could be base Goku and use Ultra Instinct, and you could be a Super Saiyan and use.
No.
But that's not. We don't know yet.
Well, no, because they said Ultra Instinct was formed around that complete relaxation and
Yeah.
letting go. The transformations put too much stress on them.
But we kind of get a little bit of that from Whis when he's talking about you need to let your mind control every. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
funny because they bring this up again in the manga. They bring this up.
We're not talking about the manga.
You should.
But eventually he makes his own kind of version of his Ultra Instinct.
Does
in
it
this
stack?
last one.
Does it stack?
No, it doesn't stack.
No, because it's about
It's
a
its own
conscious
transformation.
relaxation.
It's its own
yeah.
transformation.
So how do you feel that these characters would stack up against?
I
Beerus
feel
now?
like he would do really well
They
in
keep-
Ultra Instinct form.
Yeah,
I
they
think
keep
he
treating-
would do well against Beerus.
they
But
keep
wouldn't
treating
win.
Beerus
I
as
don't think
this
he'd win.
omnipotent person still who they can't beat, but I think, even Blue's stronger than Super Saiyan God
Yeah.
form,
By a
and
lot.
now Goku's reached Ultra Instinct. I don't know if he knows how to control it yet. They
In
haven't
the
shown
manga, he
that.
does.
We're not talking.
I
about
know,
the
but you
manga.
want to know.
So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Beerus would have to use 100% of his power
No.
to defeat Goku?
I don't
or
think he'd
Vegeta?
have to use 100%. I think he'd probably get up to at least 90-something% of his power because Beerus hasn't learned Ultra Instinct, and that's a form
He
that
hasn't
some of the
mastered
gods.
it.
Some of the
Oh,
gods.
Beerus hasn't learned
Well,
it.
he
yet.
hasn't.
Yeah, you know that.
He hasn't even
hasn't
perfected it.
mastered it.
Okay.
He hasn't mastered
But Goku hasn't either.
But
neither
Ultra
Goku, but
Instinct isn't fully a power stack. That's not clear.
Okay, so we've established that you can't
Yeah.
stack Ultra Instinct on top of.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily
A transformation.
improve your
Right, you
power
can't.
by
It's
too
its own
much.
transformation.
See, I was coming from the thought that Ultra Instinct was more of a fighting form like Kaioken, and that you could use Kaioken while in Super Saiyan
Yeah,
form.
but it's not. That's a multiplier.
But then I'm saying that Ultra Instinct's a fighting form versus a transformation.
Yeah, but it's about
It kinda
looseness.
is. Yeah, I can see where you're
But they
coming
haven't
from. Yeah.
canonized any of that shit yet, right?
Depends on what your definition of canon is.
Well,
I mean, as far as
Manga.
as as far as the manga goes, everything that we've seen so far up to in Super, the Tournament of Power, everything is canon still.
Okay.
So everything is good to go. The only difference is in the Tournament of Power afterwards, he's like he doesn't really know how he got that. Just like Vegeta didn't know how he got evolved.
Mhm.
You know,
It just
the Super
happened
Saiyan-
by
It just
pressure.
happened because they were under pressure. So after the Tournament of Power, then they get the training. They start training to where Goku can do Ultra Instinct,
Right.
and then Vegeta eventually starts training with Beerus for
Ultra Ego.
another form, Ultra Ego.
Ultra Ego.
But that comes
We
way
haven't
down.
gotten there yet, huh?
That's after
yeah,
Vegeta
that's
learns.
like 2 or 3 arcs in the manga.
Okay.
Well, I think too with Beerus, he's a character that you just have never seen him really put against the ropes by somebody who can do it. Because again, if you go back to Battle of Gods or the first season of the anime, they later come back in. I think Whis clarifies that Beerus is really just bluffing his output to push Goku to see how far he can
Yeah,
get.
he's not even really
He's
one
not
of the strongest
really strong.
gods. He's not even one of the strongest gods.
No,
because
but he's still up.
They omitted some of them, like in the Tournament of Power.
The four
they
strongest
had a little,
were not part of it.
They, they had a little, sparring match between some of the gods, and
they were lower level ones.
They were lower level gods.
Beerus is higher tier for the ones we've seen, but Beerus still, we do not know what he's actually capable of in an all-out go. I think he would still wreck Goku.
Yeah, do you think that stupid clown one's stronger than Beerus?
No.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes?
Well,
No?
he's Universe 11, so yeah.
He was. I don't think he wasn't in the. He wasn't in the.
The clown one was at the Tournament of Power.
He wasn't in the fight. He wasn't in the sparring.
No,
match.
he wasn't. I meant
in
his universe was.
Beerus wasn't either. So.
But it's assumed that the stronger universes probably have a stronger God of Destruction. Maybe. That
would make sense so he could control them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I know that Gods of Destruction have an uneven power scaling. Like they're not equal. Like when Toppo kind of breaks through as a God of Destruction and training, he's still way lower tier. So they're uneven too. You had a good point about the Gods of Destruction, though.
What?
Of their origins, that they start out as mortals and they're kind of appointed.
That was the point about the like Goku or Vegeta or someone being able to take on the God of Destruction, because Beerus is appointed. He's not an angel. He wasn't created.
But he is a deity.
But he was appointed a deity.
Yeah.
Now they've speculated that Vegeta might become like a God of Destruction down the line one day.
Maybe.
I mean, it's like maybe fan fiction right now, but
no, I think it was something that's mentioned.
But he's appointed, so I feel that mortals can probably take him like Goku or Vegeta.
Not something that's classically happened from what we understand, but it doesn't seem impossible.
No.
I don't know, but again, I just think with Beerus specifically,
they
still can't match him.
Yeah.
I think like Champa, some of the others have shown by their reactions to things, they might be stronger, but they clearly aren't equipped to deal with it. Like they would underestimate people like Goku or Vegeta and then lose that first round. Yeah. But the Gods of Destructions are still like absolute destroyers. So if they wanted to, like with Goku in that first fight originally, he could have been like, I'm done with this, and just nuked everything, and he could have done it.
He could have.
But he didn't. You know, he's tested it. I don't know.
All right, well, goddamn, we've talked about the movie. We got a little side here. You guys ready to end this shit?
I mean, I guess we can end it.
All right.
Yeah?
You got anything else to add about the movie?
Is there a post-credit scene?
No, not really.
We already talked about the post-credit scene.
Go see it. It's good.
The podcast.
You should see listen, I found out it's still running in theaters.
I was surprised. I just learned this today. I didn't know it was still in theaters.
They let it keep going. So if you can, it's definitely fun on the big screen.
It is.
Yeah.
If they put the sound all the way through, it'll be even better.
They did something with the sound. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
Well,
that's pretty cool.
I have been a Dan of the Dan and Matt podcast.
I've been Dan. I've been Dan spelled with an M.
And I'm your dad. So take it easy.
He's also royalty.
No.
That's it.
I've been Shay.
I'm not royalty, Dan.
See you next time.